Good evening, this is Manjusha Radhakrishnan from Gulf News. I'm the entertainment editor. I'm on the red carpet of the Marrakech, the 20th Marrakech International Film Festival. And we are expecting a galaxy of Hollywood stars such as Jessica Chastain, there's Alexander Skarsgård, who are all part of the jury that's going to select the best film. Interestingly, Marrakech is one of the few festivals where it gives the award, the best movie award, to the first and the second film directors who make the second or the first film. So it's quite interesting and different that way. And it's also one of the few festivals which is accessible to the public. All the master classes are open to the public, and it's got a bit of glitz and glamour as well. This year it's been slightly muted, and I'll tell you why, because there was an earthquake in September, and the city is just sprinting back to normalcy, and it's done very well, and also because of the geopolitics that's around us. So therefore it's been very muted, but we're expecting a lot of red carpet action as well. Very soon you're going to see Jessica Chastain speak about the Hollywood strikes, speak about her role as the president of the jury this year, and lots more. Stay tuned.
I'm glad that our leadership, the SAG leadership, has gotten to a deal that they think is fair and just and historic in its own right. We still are waiting to find out what the voters are going to choose, if they're going to ratify the contract. I've looked through it. I do think personally it is a good deal, but of course I only have one vote, and it's important to me what everyone else thinks as well, and that's the beautiful thing about taking a vote, is that everyone gets to have a say. I didn't choose to be so public about it. I think it just so happened because my film had an interim agreement, because so many actors were nervous, I think, to speak out. I just ended up being one of the first, and I think when you end up being one of the first in that case, you really have a big spotlight on yourself. I did my homework. I spoke to the leadership at SAG, and I asked them, how can I best support this acting community, because SAG is the most important community I've ever been a part of, and I would never want to do anything against them, and I only wanted to support them. So it was kind of like I became public by default.
That you wanted to have more women than men in your jury.
Melita.
So is that true? And why was it?
But here's the thing. At one point we were talking about the jury, and she said, "Well, I didn't say it has to be more women than men." But at one point she says, "Well, but then it'll be 6 and 3." And then I said, "Well, what's wrong with that?" And many times there's been 6 men and 3 women. So what's the big, sometimes too there's been all men. So what's the big deal of having 6 and 3? I think it's kind of an incredible thing to do, and it truly is historic that this is the jury that we have this year. I like to be part of anything that pushes the boundaries of what we thought was supposed to be, or what the norm was. I like to kind of live in the future, and I do see the future as a more equal community in terms of racial equality and gender equality and so forth. So I'm very, very happy. It wasn't a demand on my part, but I was very happy to be the president of a jury that has 6 women and 3 men.